Okay, so we're gonna be doing this video again because YouTube removed my last video for hate speech. So let me tone it down a little bit for YouTube audience. So let's start. As you can see, video removed for inappropriate content. They're saying I violated the hate speech, which they violated. They violated free speech. So let's go back and let's do this over again. I don't know why they remove videos when I could just do the videos over again. Okay. Now they're saying the Jersey shooting was a hate crime.
Cameras on the Jersey City side do feel comfortable that it was a targeted attack on the Jewish kosher deli across the street here. We could see the van moving through Jersey City streets slowly. The perpetrator stopped in front of there, calmly opened the door with two long rifles, him and the other perpetrator, and began firing from the street into the facility.
So they're saying two people went to a cemetery. Police was at the cemetery. One police got shot by these two suspects at the cemetery. Then they drove less than a mile to the kosher store. They got out the car in the kosher store, went inside, and started shooting on the four or three people that was in the store. And they claimed these two people left a note inside the uhaul truck that links them to the Hebrew Israelites. So they're claiming this to be a hate crime, which is not a hate crime. Hebrew Israelites do not commit hate crimes against Jews, blacks, or whites. Now, Hebrew Israelites may be racist sometimes. Some of them may be racist. Some of them may be racist towards white people, but they're not hateful, violent a group. So let's go on. Now, let's go to my video that I did earlier. Where is it? So, I don't know what the hate speech was in my last video, but I don't mind doing these videos over. It was up to 200 views before they took it down. So, hey, whatever.
Fortunately, a part of the reality of living in the year 2019.
The press conference coming up.
Was it? And if everyone was classmates.
Right when gunshots happen, the school goes on. So she's going to be talking about the student that left the school. There was a student that was on lockdown. The parents came during lockdown, as they say in a report. During lockdown, the parent wasn't allowed inside the school to get their child. So during lockdown, the school opened the doors during gunfire, let the mom in, let the mom sign the student out. The student and the mom left during gunfire into the car. But they didn't get in the car. They went across the street and talked to the reporter. They, as in just a student. So let's hear this. Down, like nobody in or out. I'm pretty sure, like, if he heard the gunshots, everybody else heard the gunshots.
What any parent or student wants to hear, right? Left his classmates. The president with me, I don't like to say that the deal gone bad, but it was some kind of drug deal, perhaps, an undercover situation.
So beginning reports was a drug deal gone bad, which was false news. It wasn't a drug deal gone bad.
Let me just ask you
They still haven't said what the suspects was doing in the cemetery.
a quick question, because we just talked to the Board of Education president, and he said that all the schools were still locked down, and yet Zion was talking to you out on the street. It was a quick question, because we just talked to the Board of Education.
So he's gonna ask about how Zion, the student, was able to talk to her if the school was on lockdown. So how was he able to talk to you if the school was on lockdown? This is the excuse.
President, and he said that all the schools were still locked down, and yet Zion was talking to you out on the street. Was his school dismissed?
Well, so Zion called his parents. Yeah, so no, it's not dismissed. We asked him about that.
Yeah.
I asked him exactly how was he able to get out of school and if everyone was on lockdown, but he said he called his mother. His mother showed up at the school and said, I want my child. My child's coming home with me. My child called me. There was an announcement on the PA system, and he said he was allowed to leave while he left his classmates still on lockdown inside of the school. Really terrified. I mean, they heard gunshots. 8th graders are...
So, as you can hear, he left his classmates on lockdown inside of the school. So, he was still on lockdown when they went inside of the school. When he left the school, he was still on lockdown. So, that's not making no sense at all. Because no one goes in or out the school when it's on lockdown. So, that makes no sense at all. Let's continue. Again, they were reporting a couple of Hebrew Israelites did this, which I don't believe. Hebrew Israelites aren't violent people. So let's go to my original video. Not original, let's go to this other video.
Targeted attack.
Shot the Sacred Heart, have them shoot some kids out of the window.
Then I heard gunfire, boom, boom.
36 schools in the area were put on lockdown.
We begin tonight with that deadly gun battle right outside New York City, killing a police officer and 3 innocent civilians trapped inside a store during the gunfight. The 2 suspects, the gunmen, are also dead tonight. SWAT teams in heavily armed vehicles rushing to the scene in Jersey City, New Jersey. Police moving through the streets. The attackers holed up in that supermarket.
So let's skip ahead to the kid she talked to.
Killed.
Then after that, we just...
Down 30,000 kids taking cover in their classrooms.
Shot the Sacred Heart, have them shoot some kids out of the window.
Then I heard gunfire, boom, boom, boom. And then after that, we just put our heads over our hands over our head.
The first shots rang out at...
So that's a kid. They heard gunshots, put their hands over their head in the classroom. School went on lockdown. No one goes in and out during lockdown. We know this. So I don't understand this part of the story. And again, this is not hate speech. And again, Hebrew Israelites do not commit hate crimes. So they need to figure out another story, another narrative. Because they say they left a note inside the U-Haul truck. Really, they got out in broad daylight with weapons, left a note in the U-Haul truck. They went inside and shot people. I don't know why they didn't leave the store. Usually you'll leave the store when you shoot people and try to escape. But they didn't try to escape. They just stayed in the store and waited for the police. Because the police didn't show up when the officer in the cemetery got shot. I don't know how long after did the police show up. They don't say how long after the police showed up. They don't say who shot the suspects or how the suspects were shot if they was inside the store. They say they rammed the store around 3-something. They rammed the store with a truck. 20 minutes later, after ramming the store, 20 minutes after ramming the store, they found the bodies. So this whole story, again, is what it is. It's not making sense. Again, Hebrew Israelites do not commit hate crimes. They are black Jews, just like they are white Jews. I don't care who's a Jew. Don't care. You can be black or white. You can be a Jew. I don't care. That's your belief. That's your belief. You had a right and a freedom to hold that belief. No one can tell you different. And it looks like YouTube locked up my one of my accounts, so I'm gonna have to upload this to my other YouTube account.
12:30 p.m. Early reports indicate that police suspect the suspects fleeing.
At this point, we have our officer down. We don't know how he was down.